Psalm 139, verse 13. You made all the delicate inner parts of my body and knit me together in my mother's womb. When I hear this, I think of how God is intimately involved in us, in our lives, in every part of our being. And I can imagine a grandmother knitting a woolen jersey or blanket, how closely she is to the object that's being crafted, and how intricately and delicately she knits and stitches every part and binds it and does the turns and the bobs and cuts it off, and how gently she creates this thing with so much love and so much of herself being poured into this object. And I picture our Heavenly Father in the same way when He says that He knitted us in our mother's wombs. This is exactly that intimacy that God desires to have with us. So intricately and so deeply woven within us is His nature, it's His love, it's His character that is embedded inside of us because we come from Him, strand by strand. This is how Father has created us. And Jesus calls us to this intimacy in Matthew 11, verse 28. Come to me, all who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. There is a promise to this call that when we come to Jesus, as He calls us into this intimate relationship with Himself, that we will receive rest, and the heavy burdens that we have laid on us, we will be able to lay it down at His feet because He cares for us and He is compassionate toward us and He wants us to engage with Him on such a level. But we ask ourselves, but how do we do this? How do we get to such a relationship? And I'm reminded of Daniel. There's so many other examples as well that one can add. Abraham, David, Noah. But I think of Daniel, and when I read in Daniel 6, verse 10, Daniel learned that the law had been signed. He went home and knelt down as usual in his upstairs room with its windows open toward Jerusalem. He prayed 3 times a day, just as he had always done, giving thanks to his God. And there's the key for me. It says, as usual. See, when Daniel learned about the decree, he knew the repercussions thereof. He knew that if he was to worship his God, that he would go and sit in a lion's den. But yet he still did it because he was accustomed to it. He has done it for so long. And he cultivated a relationship with the Father. And because of that, he was able to, with confidence, go into that lion's den, knowing, being encouraged from the relationship that he has with Father, to go into that lion's den and know that God was going to save him. From that relationship, he drew encouragement. And I want to encourage all of us with this, that through persistent and consistent devotion daily with our Father, that we too will draw encouragement and draw strength and gain confidence from a relationship with Him. Not just any relationship, but an intimate one. Just as Psalm says, we are woven together in our mother's womb, and He has done that. With His hands, He formed us, and He intricately knows us and loves us. Be blessed.